Hello guys, welcome once again to Two Bites Homestead. And it's time to plant the potatoes again. It's the time of the year. We're in the late December. It's fixing to be, tomorrow's actually the first day of January. So it's time to put my potatoes in the ground. That way they can start to grow. As you can see right here, they're already starting to sprout already. I've been having them I brought them back about a month ago, and I put them in a nice warm spot, not a hot spot, but a warm spot where the potatoes can start to sprout and everything. I like to buy my potatoes early. That way they can be sprouting. So when it's time to plant in the ground, I can already have my sprouts. That way I can see where the potatoes needs to be cut at. Because what you want to do is you want to take your potato. The first thing I like to do is I like to examine my potato, look around it, and see where the most of the sprouts are at. And then that way I can kind of cut it where I can get at least 2 sprouts on each piece. So I want to have 2 eyes on each piece. That way, I find when you put at least 2 eyes on each piece, the potato grows the best. I don't want a lot of eyes, because if I've got too many eyes, I feel like that's just wasting the potato. I find I get the most production out of those potatoes when I just got 2 or 3 eyes on each potato, and I can take it and I can spread it out over the distance and everything. So what I like to do is, once I locate all the eyes where they are, I'll just take the knife and I'll just kind of cut it pretty easy. Just take it, slice it, cut it, slice it and cut it. Just and making sure, like I said, that you're not. And when you cut the potatoes, sometimes it's hard to when you slice it through it, to make sure you don't cut through your eye, because you definitely don't want to cut an eye, because then you'll damage it. And get this cut, and in a little while I will show you how we'll get started on the next part. Okay guys, next thing I want to do is I need to before I put the potatoes in the ground, what I want to do is I want to pass some lime on. I just use some regular ordinary garden lime, and what I'll do is I'll take the potato, and the bottom of the potato right here, I'll just take it and I'll dip it in the lime. And then after I got it dipped in the lime, I'll just put it in the bucket, and I'll just keep on doing that until I get every one of them coated. Because I like to do that, because the reason why I do it personally is, you don't have to do it, especially not in the winter time, but it kind of just helps the potato from getting any kind of fungal diseases and everything. And I find it helps preserve the potato better. And if nothing else, the lime just helps the potato to grow better. So I'll take each potato and I'll dip it in a little bit of lime. And it's a nice day. It warmed up pretty nice. I'm hoping by tomorrow I'll better have all these potatoes in the ground. We are at the end of December, so it's time to plant the potatoes in the ground, because I want to get my potatoes in the ground now. That way they can come up. Hopefully they'll be coming up sometime in the beginning of February. And hopefully we won't have no late freezes. Last year we had a late freeze. I think it was in almost in March last year. We had a bad one. I had a plum tree that was about 30 foot tall. It's as high as my trailer, and it killed it. And so hopefully we don't have another freeze like that this year, because that was pretty sad, man. I think it was beautiful. It made a lot of plums, and we was able to enjoy that for quite a few years actually. Let me go ahead and finish liming these potatoes once I get them all limed. And when the lime I just use the regular everyday garden lime. I don't it was the white powder one, as you can see right here. I don't know, just in case anybody doesn't know that. Sometimes you assume things and just expect everybody to know, but it doesn't always work out that way. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't hurt when you're coating it. Just coat the bottom of it where you cut at. You don't really need to coat the whole potato in lime. But just coat the bottom of it, and take your time to do each one. And when you cut your potatoes, I'm gonna say this again. Just make sure you got some eyes on each one of them potatoes. If you ain't got an eye, you ain't gonna have no potatoes. So guys, let me get this finished, and in a few seconds we'll go put this in the garden. guys. It's time to finally time to put the potatoes in the ground. We got a nice spring day today. So I want to plant them every 12 to 16 inches apart, and I just take them and I push them in the ground. Just put them in the row and smoosh them down in there. Ooh, they got some ants right there. That's not good. I might have to come back and take care of that, because they're going to eat those potatoes up. And hopefully soon in a couple of months, it'll take a while, but they'll come in. They'll come in nicely and everything. And if you put them too close together, what will happen is they'll be fighting for nutrients. But if you put them too far apart, what will happen is you'll have spaces in your rows, and then the grass will be able to grow in that, and you don't want that neither. So that's kind of a sweet spot, it's balance and everything. After I get them all down the row, I'm gonna cover them up with mud. And then after they start coming up, when you start growing up, you want to start healing them every once in a while. But let me get this done. And after I get this done, I want to show you the lot of potatoes I got over here. How I got some potatoes starting to come up. So let's go ahead and go look at that, guys. And guess what we got? We got some baby potatoes in there already. I am so excited about that. Y'all look at this, guys. All snuggled down in there. So guys, yep, and it probably got a whole bunch more in there. So if they got that one right there, that's just the very first plant. They're gonna have probably got a whole lot more down in there. And these are just some free potatoes. I didn't even have to buy them or nothing. We just got them. Somebody gave them to us. They were gonna throw them away because they were starting to grow. Please make sure you subscribe to these videos if you're enjoying them. So guys, I want to thank y'all once again. I'll see y'all in the next one.